Hey guys, it's Kyle. Um, hey Target Individuals. Hey everybody else on YouTube. It's Thursday during the day. It's like my third week of after losing my job. And I just want to say like I'm feeling like better. I guess physically, like since I'm able to be at the house, like I can kind of move my plates around if they're moving, so I don't have to be at work all day. I'm not worried about them breaking in while I'm at work. I look like hell. It's like I was trying to explain it to some people on the conference call. Like having these plates and this defense, and it uses scalar waves, solfeggio waves, and the Schumann resonance. So it uses those three things. I can't find anything else that it uses, but I'm sure it uses other frequencies to block, the electromagnetic frequencies of the active denial system, or electromagnetic frequencies, directed energy weapons that they're shooting at us. But I was explaining it to some people. It's kind of like I have Crohn's disease, which is an autoimmune disorder, and right now I don't have a flare up with Crohn's, but I would take medicine, in the past, and it would cut down on the symptoms. Like, so they're still hurting me, but it's like I'm very lucky, I'm very blessed because it buffers it down. Even if I move a couple plates around wrong and they get through, I'm still protected to where it's not like they're totally in control, like I'm a rag doll and they're ripping me apart. So physically, I think because I don't have the job through 3 weeks, I felt physically better, but it's starting to be canceled out. Like the first week, I felt a lot better, and since I'm in this house and I'm trapped, and I'm applying for food stamps, like I have a Social Security disability, hearing in July, but it's really getting to me mentally, and I don't know if that's some of the remote neural monitoring, because I'm sleeping more and they're able to, because they torture me and they use remote neural monitoring while I'm sleeping. But it's made me a lot more depressed about the whole situation. I was hurting more while I had the job, but I was around people who really liked me, and who I had really good relationships with. Now, I mean, I have my parents and stuff like that, and they really like me. I had dinner with my brother and my family the other night, but it was like every day I'd go to a place where I'd joke around with this really cute girls in the office, and the patients who I was helping, and it uplifted me. So my spirit was doing better, my mind was doing better, but I was physically hurting more. There was a lot more vehicular harassment, which I still have vehicular harassment. Like I have the one light cars that are like trucks and just regular cars, regular citizens doing the gang stalking. And then I have some moving companies, and FedEx is involved. Like a lot of these corporations get involved with the fusion centers to, from their side, I guess, patrol a dangerous person in the neighborhood or the city. To me, it's like these corporations are getting kickbacks for harassing innocent citizens. So I noticed Old Dominion, FedEx, a lot of local moving companies and food distributors that are actually involved, and they don't do the one light. They just have to have, their type of truck all over the place. Like, I mean, I think I saw 7 or 8 FedEx trucks in a 30-minute time period when I went out for just a little while. If I mention it on the video, because these guys are surveilling me, they're going to try and get more of those people involved. Whatever I notice, they try and do more. And I notice it doesn't freak me out or intimidate me. It makes me real sad that our society is now like, it's like these people are getting money, but it's mixed with fascism and communism, because it's all this collectivism to really take out one, innocent citizen. And it really pissed me off yesterday So I just wanted to kind of say that, physically, they're not hurting me as much. I'm able to kind of maneuver around here. I'm not as scared of them breaking in because they don't have enough time. But mentally, it's been a lot worse for me. It's just I don't have that. Like when I'd go to my job, I had a lot of I don't know what you call it, just a boost, a positive boost. A really cute girl that I like that. I never asked her out, and we flirted and stuff, and then and it's really because if you saw the inside of my house, it's crazy looking. I have an aluminum enclosure, aluminum paint, and I've showed y'all. I have videos of my house, so I really felt like I could do something there, but then I'd eventually have to tell her I live in a house, and then she'd see it and. I think that would be she'd think I was crazy. She wouldn't believe me if I told her what was going on. But I got a comment and it really hit me because it's somebody I really respect, a really good guy who I've talked about. I don't think I've mentioned his name, but he's real religious, real faithful, and he's like, bro, just you should if y'all were flirting, you should have just asked her out. Don't be scared of the truth. You should be able to tell the truth. And it hit me, and I was like, man, I guess I should have taken that chance. I still could, still talk to her, but it's I feel like it's I know the truth, and it is the truth, but it's to her it wouldn't be the truth. To her it would be, just craziness. She wouldn't know about this stuff. So it really did hit me though. I was like, man, I got to take chances like that because. That's what boosts me up, being around nice people, these conference calls, talking to other target individuals. It boosts me so much. And there are so many people, and they've got plans, and they've got plans in motion to push these people back and to get real evidence. And that really does boost me. But another bad thing that's a good thing that's happened. There's a lot of support there. I like support around all the time, and going to work was that. I don't know what the word is for it. I guess it's just, the simplest way to say it is a boost, like a psychological boost from really nice people who know that you're good and they're not involved in this, and that really. It made it so much easier. It made it, even though I was in more pain doing that, and the vehicular harassment was worse. It was, it really was it helped my heart a lot more. And one thing that really upset me, I don't know if I talked about this on another video. I went over because I was like, man, I'm just gonna go see my parents because I'm gonna go over to my parents' house and talk to them. Just sit there, and just sit with my dad and watch TV. And I think I talked about this a little bit, but I didn't talk about what kind of happened after. I talked to my dad about it because, right when I went over on Fox, there was this thing about the NSA. And how they're gonna renew, the Senate is gonna renew the Patriot Act, so they're gonna renew the thing that's creating all this, that's creating where they can be able to say terrorism, and then any innocent civilian can, I guess, be microwaved in their home, keep these secret programs going on. And that was on the TV, how they were talking about citizens losing their privacy, and they're talking about ISIS and everything like that, and I was like, they're gonna renew that again? And my dad, he was like, yeah, well, we got to do something because ISIS is coming to cut our heads off. And I was like, I said something, I was like, well, is my life worth ISIS? Is a young girl's life, her getting raped in her home, with microwaves, is that worth ISIS? And he just kind of looked at me and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because he's not gonna, he thinks that what I'm experiencing is schizophrenia or a delusion, so he's not gonna even speak to it. He tries to just divert the subject immediately. And that's really tough because I really am being murdered in my house. These people really do have military weapons trained at me, even while I sleep. But that's not the bad part of it. The bad part of it is I have been sleeping more. Like, I'll stay up all night, and then I'll sleep during the day, and I'll have a lot of directed dreams, which they do with remote neural monitoring. And I'm not sure if they get somebody else's dream that maybe they have a record or visuals on that, and then just kind of fucking microwave that in and put images like of people that you know, in your family. But I've had lots of dreams about my dad and me, and him not believing me, and me, like, you know, telling him stuff, and he's like, well, that's conspiracy, and then, like, him being real mad about it. And I've had, like, several, like, you know, 3 or 4 in, you know, in a 3-day period. I never remember my dreams, so I know when they're messing around with the remote neural monitoring in my sleep. I don't remember my dreams, like, I never. And these are really harsh dreams that really, you know, they hurt deep down inside, because it's a big thing. When you're in trouble, you want your family to know, you want your family to get together and to be able to help each other, and that's what these people take away, because it's a technology nobody knows about. You know, so they really take your support away, and that's part of it. That's part of the program, to isolate you, to take away support, so they can, you know, torture you and eventually, I guess, kill you. Whatever the goal is, I don't get it. I get it. I get what they're doing. Evil, yeah, but I don't, like, understand it. Like, from my point of view, it seems senseless. It seems like even if they're making money, which I know the guy, like one of the Hispanic guys next door, he has a brand new truck, just like another Hispanic guy next door has a brand new truck. They both got brand new trucks. They're supposed to work for Hunans. Like, this is the house next to me with the Hispanic gentleman. It's owned by the guy in Hunan's, a Chinese restaurant, and he houses his employees here. And they both have brand new trucks from a Hunan salary, from, like, working at a Chinese restaurant. So it's very suspicious. You know, the main organizer, he has his green truck, and he got a new green little Jeep. So he got a new vehicle, and I'm pretty sure he's making, like, you know, some kind of salary off of doing this. That's why people want to get close to it. Like, I at first I didn't understand the bizarre nature of it, how these people, they don't know me and they hate me so much. Like, you can hear it through the V2K, but they don't. They're just trying to get close to the money. It's like people who don't care about humans, but who care about money or hurting people or whatever they care about. The last thing on their list, or it's not even on the list, is human life and American safety, harmony and peace. That's not even in this. It's not even involved in this. They may delude themselves into, you know, saying that it will help eventually down the line, but you just murder and lie and get money for killing people, and it's just going to cause more and more criminality, more hate. You know, they get irresponsible people to do vehicular stalking, and that puts everybody on the road in danger. You know, so it's just it's really a mess, and I am a target. But I want to get away from that negative stuff about what I talk about all the time, what this is, to what I'm going to do. Because I have a lot of defenses, and I'm pretty defended to where I can get a night's sleep, might get some directed dreams, might feel depressed. You know, they might hit me with some ELF in my chest or my head or my genitals. Get a little bit of the EHF, the high-pitched sound. But what I'm getting ready to do is I got to kind of speed it up, because I'm defended to a point where I can, you know, I'm not hurting so bad I can't get up, you know, and I'm going to get a trimeter. I need to get a trimeter. I think everybody does. And I'm going to start getting some of the microwave radiation on tape, like where I'm going to go out somewhere that's not my house, then I'm going to come in here, and I think what this guy might do is he might try and get around it and turn it off while I'm doing that or whatever. That's great. That'll help, because it'll deter him from being able to do it all the time, even if he does try and get around it or stop it while I'm testing it. But I want to go forward with that. I just gotta find the money. So I'm gonna have to really push through, either push this disability through or push through with a job. It's hard. I'm a little bit worried about getting a job because, it's just they have a lot more time during the day when I'm not here, to remotely get everything set up and really hurt me out on the street. But that's one thing I'm going to push forward through. And I usually don't want to say things before I do them because I'm like, I don't want these guys. I mean, I think they know a lot of stuff because of the remote neural monitoring. I think target individuals realize that. But I do want to keep things close to the vest on certain occasions until I do it and then tell y'all if it worked or not. But these things, the things that I really want to do, because one of my friends on the conference call, he's very in touch with FHCS, Freedom from Covert Harassment. I don't think I get that acronym right anytime. But they're doing a kind of a mass, recording of what's going on with tri-meters and different equipment, and they're going to do a program like across the country of that, which I think is a great idea. I'm going to get a tri-meter, even before that, and then maybe use his equipment. I'm going to talk to him about what I can do on my channel to get some of you guys involved, because if we start recording this stuff, the very least it'll do is back them off. We do want to eventually get justice. The best thing would be to get some of these people in jail, or at least in court, so it's out. But the least it can do is just back them off. It can deter them if we're testing and stuff. Another thing that I'm really going to try and do, and I don't think this is theory, this is something that I know exists, but I just don't know how to get the right equipment together, and I'm going to be working on it, is and I may have mentioned this in one of my videos, if you've ever seen some of the, those ghost shows, Ghost Hunters or whatever, and where they measure electromagnetic activity, and they can actually, they try and get voices or whatever from ghosts, which I think that's bullshit. But I think that if you did it right, and you got whatever they're recording electromagnetic energy with right, and then got a sound program to funnel it into, I think you actually could get some of the V2K and record it. And I don't think that's a theory. I think that there's definitely equipment to put together that would be able to do that. Why I'm saying it on the video before I do it is because if any of y'all have knowledge about that equipment, I'd like to work with y'all, or I'd like y'all to do it, or I'd like to put it out there so that y'all have an opportunity. Y'all are like, oh, well, that's a good idea. Oh, I know how to do that. So that's why I'm putting that information out instead of doing it and then telling you how it works, because I don't have any money right now, but that's what I'm kind of planning on doing. I know you can read electromagnetic energy, you can read the electromagnetic frequency, but it's the equipment that can funnel it into a program and actually get sounds out of it, which I really want to get the V2K, on a sound program, so I'd have proof. The tri-meters also proof. So we just stack proof up. We got to just start stacking things that people can look at and say, well, that is out of the ordinary. It's just in your house. I'm going to take this tri-meter, use it in my house. I don't see the same, levels. So there has to be something going on. And if we all do that kind of stuff and all test it, it'll really, I think it'll we'll gain a lot of ground doing that. And a tri-meter, like a good one, is like $100, $60 to $100. So that's my next goal, is buying one of those. My plates are doing pretty good. They hit me sometimes. I've been being pretty silent, not talking at all. Today I did talk a little bit. It's useless to talk to them, because they just say, they're just like, yeah, we got to get them out of there. You're not really talking to them. They're on a mission to make you look crazy. So it doesn't matter if you're not. It doesn't matter if you say anything good. and they're really bad people. So it's the only thing you're gonna say to them is like, "Hey, murder's bad, and I don't like murderers," and they're gonna get offended by that because I guess they don't think this is murder and torture somehow. I don't understand. I don't understand how they're so crazy and murderous, but it works for them because I talk about it and I'm like, well, I can't understand how anybody do that, and neither can anybody else. So that's why people don't believe us. Um, so it helps their cause that they're so crazy because they're hidden up in their houses being the craziest, most evil people in the world. So that helps them out actually to be more evil, which is really weird. It's really weird. That's really weird. I hope I don't look too bad today. I wasn't planning on making a video, but I feel like, I want to plan some stuff out. I see a lot of testimonies that they write stuff down and they're very organized, and they're talking about like the history of mind control, the history of when this stuff went from electrodes on the head to an actual microwave, that they don't have to even be around you to affect you, to hurt you with it. And I've seen some of those. They're real well put together and they've written stuff out, but I end up watching some of them and I want the information, but I get bored. So I feel like I want to do my videos kind of off the cuff because it may be a little bit more interesting. And I'm not saying nobody's videos are interesting. I'm saying all targeted individuals' videos are interesting, but I kind of want to give it up to God and just let Him speak through me. Let Him say what He wants to say through me, and it'll be a little bit more interesting because it's not planned. Now I do want to do videos where I actually, go through the patents and do stuff like that. And I don't know. Right now I'm kind of just trying to survive here, maybe get another job. So I'm planning stuff in my mind. I'm planning these things in my mind. I don't plan on moving. I don't plan on quitting. I don't plan on this guy murdering me. I don't plan on him, destroying my family. Which yesterday it really pissed me off because since I've lost my job and I didn't save up a lot of money, I wasn't making a huge amount of money, but I was making enough to where I could have paid my bills and saved up. But instead I was buying tabletop defenders, which it's really helping. They're really helping me not to be mutilated, not to be burned too bad by the directed energy weapons. But since I didn't save up a lot, my mom's been letting me use her credit card to buy food, and then it was like I paid most of my bills, and I had a water and sewage bill due on the 1st of June, and they shut me off yesterday. So that was on the 3rd. They shut me off 2 days later, which is kind of fishy to me that they didn't give me any kind of grace period. But then my mom, paid that bill. It was like $170 or something like that. And that really made me mad, and that's when I started yelling at my attackers, because it's like my mom would tear her heart out, and give it to me if I needed it. And it's like I was trying to tell them, it's not just hurting me, it's hurting my family. If I can just go get a job, like I can help my family. So this whole thing doesn't just hurt one target. This destroys families. This hurts families in many different ways. I won't let it do it to mine. Like I'll struggle through, even if they're breaking my head. I'll struggle through in a job, and I'll make it right. Like I'll keep fighting. I'll just keep fighting, like you guys. We just got to get motivation and inspiration and strength. My strength comes from God. Like He really has protected me through things like I really, stuff that they do is so deceptive, and I don't see what they're doing, and I'll have instincts that are just right on sometimes. And God really protects me. It's really all Him. It's all Him through me. But if you're intelligent and you have a good heart, open up to God, open up to the Holy Spirit, and let Him work through you. He'll be using your own talents and your own intuitions and your own intelligence, but open yourself up to that, and you can do amazing, impossible things. And I feel like I have in this, and I feel like a lot of the people I've talked to, targeted individual-wise, and probably a lot of people that I haven't even talked to who've done even a way better job than me. So there's lots of hope out there. There's lots of pain. There's lots of people who don't know what to do in this situation. And the people that do or have something that works, we need to be able to get it out to those people and let them know, hey, this works. You can get a little bit of relief so you can, fight. You can fight better. Because I don't think I'd be dead, but I would be in a hospital. I wouldn't be able to do anything without the defenses that I have. The guy ramped it up. He's about killing me. He's not about playing around with my head or whatever. He's about, psychologically hurting me so I'm less of a threat, and going through with the murder. So it's really important, that you defend yourself, that if you're intelligent, you use that intelligence, that you go through, a divine source, a higher power, love, your spirit, and just keep fighting, gain that strength, just find it wherever you can, hang out with your family, even if they want to change the subject. And what I should have done, because he was making me mad because he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sitting there being murdered in my house, and, he's just kind of, it feels like he's just like, oh, well, I don't care about that, but he's not. He thinks I'm crazy, so he's not going to feed, he feels like he would feed a delusion doing that. And I understand that, and I understand that he loves me, and so I kind of have some, we hung out the night after that, and I had some sarcastic little comments, not about that, but it got to me, and I just realized this guy got an aneurysm, and I'm very sure, I'm 90% sure it was these guys. It was after my 33rd birthday, same symptoms, and he accidentally got an aneurysm. It wasn't what they planned, but it happened. And so I shouldn't be getting mad at this guy I've loved for my whole life, just because he doesn't believe me. I think a lot of our parents and people who are older, they're just not going to be capable of getting into this fight like this and understanding what's happening, and it's going to be up to us. Sirens, that's great. So I want to tell everybody that with parents who are who blow you off or whatever, they still love you. They're your parents, unless they, I don't know, I've heard of people saying their parents are gang stalkers or whatever. I don't know every situation, but I know my parents love me. I know that they don't want to hurt me. They want to help me. They would cut out their own hearts if it would help me, you know what I'm saying? So some people are at that point in their life where they can't deal with this, no matter how, it's murder and it's a bunch of people doing a bunch of evil things. My dad, he's my dad's 70-something, and, he's kind of winding down. He says it, he's kind of winding down. He's been through a lot, and he can't really deal with this, so the best thing you can do is just sit with them, enjoy their company, and try and laugh as much as you can, and just simple things. That's what my dad's about. He's like, how's your dog doing? Is your grass, how long's your grass? And it pisses me off. I'm like, grass fine, whatever, dog fine, because I'm being murdered. It's like a big thing to me. It's like a huge fight that they don't know how hard I'm fighting in this house, It's like, you trying to get some jobs? And I'm like, yeah, I'm looking, whatever, and it makes me mad, but I'm gonna take a different tact on it, and I'm gonna, talk to him on the level he wants to talk to me, and that's a connection, and that's love, and so that's what I'm gonna do, and that's what I'd advise anybody who has parents who don't want to hear about this. Don't ram it down their throat. I think it's up to us, the people who are going through it, and younger people maybe who don't know about it, that we can maybe convince. I think a lot of the older generation, they can help us in certain ways. They can help us with wisdom that maybe isn't about directed energy weapons or being attacked in your home, or about fascism or our country, turning into something we don't recognize. Like, because they're kind of, they lived their life. They did their service to this country. They made money for them and taken care of their families. So it's kind of up to us, the younger generation. And, I'm not speaking for every older person. There are older people who are target individuals who have to deal with it. They'll have to deal with it and learn things to defend themselves with. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video. It's Thursday, what is it, June the 4th or the 5th? I think it's the 4th. I think yesterday was the 3rd and they shut my water off. It's a Wednesday, now it's Thursday, June the 4th. I'm making it through, and I still have faith. It's just it's a hard situation. It's not a fun. Like, I'd love to get on the videos and just be like, man, I beat this thing. Last Thursday, last Thursday, I had my plates, and I had them in the position that I wanted them in, and it stopped. Everything was gone. The V2K. The EHF, the ELF, it was off. It wasn't off. They didn't turn it off. I placed everything, and everything was creating a good shield. And so that Thursday afternoon, for about 6 hours, nothing. So I did succeed. I succeeded. I even made a video, and I was like, I just wanted to mark the time that I did, like, it worked, and it knocked everything out. But, that night, they moved stuff around, or they turned stuff up. So, it was a 6-hour thing that I enjoyed. I don't think I'm going to put the video out, though, marking the time, because I was expecting, that's it. But it does, these things work. There's and I'm looking at Qlink now, so I use Altera whole house plugs. That's the first thing I used, which really buffers EHF real good, and it does buffer ELF. It buffers the V2K. It makes your walls basically a field to block out electromagnetic frequencies. It's not that strong. I bought a bunch. Like, I basically have almost all my plugs in the house filled with those, but they're $50 a piece, so they're cheap. Then Q-Wave personal defenders, tabletop defenders from Q-Wave. Now I'm looking into this thing because I saw that Qlink. I saw a documentary where they took somebody who worked in an office, and what microwave radiation, electromagnetic frequencies does, what they do is you have a certain cellular structure, and it's very organized. If you look under a microscope, it's like little circles, and they're all evenly spaced. They're like evenly spaced, and they're very organized cellular structure. Now, when you get exposed to a lot of electromagnetic frequencies, microwave radiation, what it does, clumps all those up, clumps your cellular structure, so you have a chaotic cellular structure, which can cause cancer, or if they're hitting you in the head, it can cause problems up there. And so I saw a thing on Qlink, which I haven't tried yet, but it has a copper coil in it. It has a copper coil, and I know copper, and this isn't very scientific, but I know that copper related to electromagnetic frequencies is supposed to be very effective, even more effective than aluminum or corrugated steel or anything like that. So it's like $150 for a Qlink pennant, smaller, because right now I have a personal defender on my chest, and it's like really big. I mean, it's noticeable. Like, if I go to work, people ask about it. So I think if I'm going to try for the Social Security disability, but I'm also going to try and get a job before that. And if I can get a job, I'll tell them. I'll just tell them the situation. I got a job, but people were torturing me on my last job. And that the Social Security Administration will see that as insanity and whatever, so they'll kind of work that out. But the Qlink pennant is very small, and I feel like I could have that on my chest, like, defending my upper body, put my personal defenders in my pocket so nobody notices them, and be able to live a little bit normally outside of the house. So many things, Altera whole house plugs and these are just things that I've used. There are so many things out there that people want to check out, because if something is emitting scalar waves or Schumann resonance or solfeggio waves, those things do block out and create fields that do protect. Not enough for military active denial systems, which is directed energy, electromagnetic frequencies built up so much they can burn the body. I mean, you gotta stack it. You know what I'm saying? Which is not good enough. We need some device that has enough power, just like these people have a huge weapon, to shoot at us, to fucking get the electromagnetic frequency aimed at us. We need something that's like compact, that has a lot of power, and the ability to just create a huge field, 100 times more powerful than these little personal defenders, which is coming. See, that's hopeful. Technology's there, the theory's there. We don't have a consumer base for it. Q-Wave doesn't have a consumer base for it. Not enough people, I guess. Which I don't know. I mean, there's so many targeted individuals. I'd say there's like a million plus in the world, definitely. But that's still a small percentage compared to the whole population. But I guess pretty soon there will be a bigger consumer base, because more targeted individuals are being targeted every day. Which is, it sucks that more people are being hurt, but in the long term run, it's going to be good, because it's going to get out there more. People aren't going to believe that all of us are just schizophrenic together, saying the exact same things, the exact same attacks, the exact same type of harassments, and that we've all just got this same type of new schizophrenia or something like that. It's so unbelievable, the hiding and the lies and the manipulation about all this. But so there's a lot of hope. And from my standpoint, I know my guy, like I know my guy's right next to me, and that's bad, because his ground weapons are a lot more effective, which I think not all the time. I think that, and this is my theory, and I can't prove it, but just from how these people work, I think that most target individuals, unless, well, I'd say a huge percentage, above 70%, I'd say above 80%, have people in their neighborhood or around where they live, because they can't coordinate vehicular harassment, they can't coordinate street theater, they can't coordinate people driving out of their driveways at the same time as you, they can't coordinate like lying to a bunch of people around you and destroying your reputation. They can't do all that stuff if they're states away. And some people may just have that remote thing, and that may be a specific specific electronic harassment that these people are doing to certain guinea pigs. But I know that probably the major majority, I know that most of us probably have people around us, because this guy, that organizes it, to organize it on the ground, he has to be around me. He has to be physically around me to know my habits and things like that, and then be able to disseminate that information with cars in the area and police in the area and stuff like that. It is a horrible nightmare. I feel like this will teach us more about humans, though, bad and good. These people, I guess I don't want to make another comic book reference, but I will. I watched Daredevil, the Netflix series. It's like an original Netflix series, which I highly recommend. One of the most well-written shows, not even comic book shows, but well-written shows that I've ever watched. It really went together well. The guy they got to play the Kingpin was awesome. He was confusing to me sometimes because he had a lot of emotion, not what I would have pictured Kingpin, but it was an awesome show. But I digress. At the end, like the Kingpin saying, it's his city, and he's going to do what he wants. He wants control, and he wants his... And Daredevil's like, this is my family. This is my city. And it hit me hard because this is my family. This is my city. Like, I may be just a citizen, but these are my people. I'm an American, too. So even though this is hopeless and these people are making us look like the bad guy, this is our world. This is our country. Whatever country you're in, that's your country. These people don't own it. They don't own it. Yet. Now, I guess a lot of people would disagree with me there. They'd be like, well, you basically are owned. You know how your name's all capitalized when you go into court? Basically, you are a commodity from the time of birth. But I mean, semantics, whatever. This is, they don't own us. This is our city. This is our family. Like, wherever you are, it's your family. It's your place where you live. So they don't get to come into your house and murder you and say, well, this is my stuff because I decided so. That's like what a rapist or a murderer does. That's not. There's laws against that. And the laws protect individuals living in private homes. They protect individual liberties. They protect people to just go to work, to be happy, to not be murdered. There are laws for that. And what these people, they're getting away with it, but they're not doing something right. They're getting away with it, and our system is corrupt. Our system is corrupt, and it's going, oh, it's all right because we did some underground laws, and we really can't, we can't be judged for these things because we... the Senate's passing things about the Patriot Act, and if we say terrorism, really we can do anything. That's bullcrap. That's bullcrap. That's fascism. It's communism. It's what happens in nations before a fall. That's not our country. That's not our country. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care. I don't care what kind of authority they claim. This is my city. This is my family. I'm like, really watch that show. It's so awesome. Like, and he doesn't even like, and I'm a big person on, I want the costume. I want to see superhero in the costume that I read in the comic books. And he didn't have the costume till the very end. And it closed out the season very well. It's one season. It was just such a great show. Like, every episode, and not every episode was him fighting. It was, like, a lot of really good writing and good actors. Just a great... I don't know how Netflix created a show that's like better than anything on TV. And not just because it was a superhero. This is a really good show. Like, I watched it all the way through. I had to watch it all the way through. And I never do that. I always kind of, I'm watching now. I'll come back to it later. I had to just watch the next episode after episode. But I guess Daredevil kind of hits me. Like, a bunch of superheroes hit me, but Daredevil is like... something bad happened to him, which gave him, kind of abilities. I've had Crohn's, and then this happened, and it's like he had disadvantages that he turned to his advantage. I mean, although it was like a weird chemical, superpower thing, it's a metaphor for traumas in your life, how they can open you up to gifts from God that you don't even see. And he's also Catholic. I'm Catholic. My mom's Catholic. My dad's Baptist. I'm religious, and I believe in Jesus Christ, but I don't really consider myself either one. But so it's great, and it really helped me out just to know what I want in life. I mean, it's just like you watch it, and he wants justice, and everybody should want justice. And it's like it's very complicated. Like, the show's complicated because some of the police are corrupt, and like the villain's pretty complicated. And he actually, in his head, like, that's what the cool thing about the show is. Like, it kind of reminds me of my organizer, not because he's big and fat. He's a fat ass pig. No, but not because of that. Because like. He was complicated. Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, he's like, I want my city to be good, but he's also killing people, and he's a sociopath. So I feel like it's like these people, they're like, I want my city to be good, I'm going to protect people, and then they just, slaughter people, and they're like that, and they just forget about that part, and just their plan goes on. And and it was complicated for, like, I didn't agree with everything that Matt Murdock did. He's like a lawyer, and he's out for justice, and then he goes out and he beats up crooks and almost like he threw some guy in a dumpster. Like, I was like, that's crazy. This guy is like, so he wasn't like, it was very realistic. He didn't do everything perfect, and he was like kind of wrong in a lot of situations. But it's the complication of life. When you're seeking justice, you can't just go through the justice system. I mean, look at this. This is crazy. We can't just go to a lawyer. We can't just go to a policeman and be like, hey, this person's murdering me, because it's new technology. It's like hidden, So not everything is like black and white. We've got to disseminate information. You got to do everything by the law. Like, I mean, well, I say that. I mean, you got to do everything the right way. You got to do everything the peaceful way. And I'm not saying, I mean, because I think doing everything by the law is the right way. There's no, like, this guy's not the guy who's hurting me, but he considers it by the law because there's underground things, and you can hurt anybody if you say terrorism, and so he's deluded. Like, he's very deluded. Just like like, if y'all watch that show, just watch. It's great. It's great. Like, it really, like, I sat there mesmerized. Like, I was in certain parts. It was like, Daredevil he was in a part where he'd been beat up and he couldn't catch Wilson Fisk, and he needed his family. He needed, like, the two people that he worked with. And he's like, I can't go on. I can't take another step. And he just starts crying. He's like, I can't take another step without the people that I need. And it really hit me because, like, he's like, I can't do this alone. I can't take another step. And I think that's how we all feel. We're so alone, even on the conference calls and stuff like that, we still feel alone. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, I can't take another step without somebody else. And actually, that scene in the show, that's what made me go over, just immediately go to my parents' house. It's like, because we need each other. Like, we need each other. I got off on a real long tangent there about Dare, but it's a great show. Like, it's very violent though. The fighting scenes were so good that it was a little bit too violent. And I mean, it's fake. It's a movie. But I'm like that now because I've been through this and the microwave torture, and people being so mean and willing to get violent towards me, and not even knowing me. When I see violence, like, I'll play God of War, and those games are so beautiful, and, like, I don't really, like, he'll rip people in half and stuff like that, and because it is animated computer violence, it's okay. Like, I'm not a person who does that and then is like, I'm gonna go rip somebody in half. It does kind of, I'm like, it's really violent. Sometimes cathartic, but violence, like hardcore violence, just like I have a whole new perspective on it. Just a whole new perspective on it. I like more of the kind of soft core violence, like the Avengers and Spider-Man has in it, because it's also being kind of rolled out for young children. And it's action, but it's not like ripping people in half. And some of the fight scenes in Daredevil is like that, because you always say like in a show, like they'll hit a guy once and he'll drop, right? This was not like that. This was like the guys would get up like 6 times, because that's how it really happened. You wouldn't knock somebody out with one punch. They keep getting up, and he keeps having to fight a bunch of them. And I was like, wow, that's well written. That's well choreographed. Just awesome. Just an awesome show. Like, I may watch it. I hope they. I don't see. I don't know if they're going to do another season, but I hope they do. It's a really awesome show. And I love Daredevil. Like, he's definitely my top 10. I always try and think of my top 10 superheroes. Like, Batman's in my top 10. Spider-Man's in my top 10. Wolverine's in my top 10. Daredevil's in my top 10. Trying to think of who else. I have a lot that I could say are in my top 25. Iron Man's in my top 20. I really like him, but he may be in my top. He may be like 11. I don't know. Iron Man's a tough one. I really like him, but Hulk's in my top 10. Hulk, Spider-Man. I think Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Man. Did I say Okay, so Hulk, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Daredevil, Batman. Who else? Wolverine. So that's 6. I got some more room. Superman's more in my top 25. He may be in my top 10. I like Superman. He's just like, Superman's cool because it's like, he can't be hurt and stuff like that, but the cool thing about him is, if he was in our situation, like if he had no superpowers, it's his morals that make him so good. You know that if he wasn't super, and I think they've done that in a lot of the comics and the movies, that he's still like a superhero even without powers. But now I'm really digressing into comic book characters. Maybe I should do that on some of my videos. Maybe make some, do some like movie critiques or something to get people here, and then they'll see, maybe the targeted individual stuff. I've thought about that. Or do some, I don't know if y'all have looked at my channel, and those motivational kind of putting together a really cool, really cool song with edited scenes from like Avengers or Iron Man. I love those videos, and I was editing something for Dream Day, and that was about when I knew that this guy was torturing me in the house. Like it had been a couple months, and I was working on that project, and about right after that, I found out that he was torturing me. I thought it was just my body was damaged from the apartment that they were torturing me at before. But then I found out they were torturing me here right after that. But the point is, I was editing something for my mom's charity, which was just a simple little picture thing, and I was like, man, I want to do one of those those videos with the superheroes. I was going to do the Hulk. I was going to do all 3 iterations, but now I would just do the Avengers Hulk. I'd do it with Radioactive, but then I think a lot of people have done that. So I'd probably find some song that, is really special to me that I don't see out there a lot, and I'd probably do it to Iron Man. I'd probably do it to Iron Man, just using all the clips through all the movies, or maybe do one with Iron Man, 1 through 3, and then do Iron Man from the Avengers, or maybe just do one Iron Man 1 through 3, and then do one just Avengers, like all the Avengers. Do a song, like that'd keep my mind, because like I have a degree in radio, television, and film, which why am I using an iPhone to do these videos, right? But like I really have always wanted to like edit or shoot with the camera. I really wanted to be a director when I was in college, but that's a ton of work. I mean, it's a ton of work. I really just like to work on movies now. It'd be nice to maybe do that at some period in my life. Not tomorrow, but some period in my life. And it's a good opportunity, because if we made a good independent film like about this, like, I know there's a lot of not a lot of documentaries, there's a lot of information and interviews and stuff, but if what I feel that I can bring, I can't, like, I see these guys like Jiminy Cricket. I don't think he minds if I mention him, but he's very analytical. He's a good researcher. He reads a lot about it. And he brings a lot of information about like the history of it, and I've seen a lot of, his testimonials like that. I feel like I could bring like emotion to it. Like if I could do interviews with people who it's really destroyed their lives and it's really affected their lives, but they're still strong. Like I feel like if we could do some kind of independent film showing these people, showing the people what they go through, and showing how they're not, like, doing interviews with them, and intercutting it with what they do in their lives. Like, what do they go to work? Do they just garden to try and get rid of it? Are they on Social Security? And then intertwine that with like how horrifying this is, and show them and what kind of people this is happening to. I feel like you could get something in that, because nothing like that has been done that could go to like a good film festival. People would eat that up. I feel like that would open up so many doors. But also, I don't know if it would be allowed or covered up or whatever. But if you could do it in a very classy way, I feel like that's what I could bring to the table. Because you see my videos, like, I'm not prepared. Like, I know, like, I'll research history of all false flags and kind of MK Ultra and stuff like that. But a lot better researchers have done it better than me, and they've gone through it, and they're like, well, MK Ultra, this, and they have names of the people who actually were involved. And that's why I tried to read that patent. And I did read that patent pretty much, but it's just not what I'm good at. I can make myself. I'm not saying that I'm like totally incapable of researching and coming together with something, but I just think I don't know, God's leading my heart in this, and I think it's something else that I need to bring. Like I was just thinking the other night, like Todd Giffen, like he knows a lot. He's another target individual. Jiminy Cricket, they're researchers, very cerebral people. And I'm not very cerebral. I'm a little bit clever. I have a big heart, but I feel like you got a couple of me's, like target individual wise, like people like me, like with heart and cleverness, good ideas, with good researchers, put us together, we'd be unstoppable. They could do a certain part, we could do a certain part, and really bring a lot of hope to our movement, which is to stop this, to get these people to stop or back off, to really save our lives. I don't know. I'm still searching. These videos was my gut reaction, after watching other videos, and I think they've done some good. Like, I don't know. I don't think they've done some good. I know they've done some good. Like, I have tons of views. I've gotten in touch with other target individuals. Like, I've even inspired other target individuals to make videos. Other target individuals have inspired me to make this video. Like, I know this is what I run to when I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know, I can't do anything today, I have no money, like, I can eat, or I can play video games, so I run to the video, and I'm like, I'll just tell what I went through today, and, like, this week, tell some of the weird things that happened, and so I just do that, and I just kind of do it on the fly, because I just feel like that's, like, I don't know, I feel like people will watch more. We know the information, we know what we're dealing with as target individuals. I think a lot of research and stuff about the weapons, stuff about the history of mind control, and stuff about false flags and what's happened in this country, like, that helps get people who don't know about this stuff in. But for you targeted individuals, you other target individuals, I feel like I have a duty, or it's not really a duty that I feel, but it's like what God calls me to do, is to speak to y'all in a certain way, to get on this camera and not really think it out and just speak from my heart, because I feel like that can help y'all more, and it may inspire y'all to do something that is special for y'all, because all of us, all the target individuals, you got some special thing inside of you that you don't know, and that can help us. It can help us, and not only help us, but then after that you can use it in your life to create a great life. Like, this isn't over. Your life's not over. No matter how bad you're hurt, you've got something inside of you that's special from God. And, like, that's what I'm trying to kind of get it out. And I know I've gotten it out a lot, and I know I blab on a lot, and I go in a lot of different directions because I'm not really prepared with sheets, but I like that. And I don't like it. I just feel like it's interesting. Like, people will watch it, they'll connect with it. It'll connect. It helps them to. If I'm the most truthful I can be, it'll help other target individuals to see what's really special in them, because everybody can affect this in so many great ways. Like, we can fight this. This is evil. It has to be fought. Like, this isn't something that's good that, like, people would argue about. That's why they're hiding it. Like, Americans wouldn't argue and say this is good. The only people who would argue and say it's good are the people who are making money off of it, or have to cover it up or stuff like that. It's evil. Like, the majority of America would agree. That's why they don't bring it out, because they know they wouldn't be able to go a step further with it. They know everybody would be like, no, you're not doing that. You're mutilating people, testing weapons on people and torturing them for what? These people didn't do anything. You didn't bring them to court. They didn't even do anything. They can't confess to anything, nor can they give you information. Stop. So that's why, it's hidden, and it's evil. Anything that's hidden like this, where American people aren't trusted, it's evil. It's not a good direction for our country to go in. So it has to be fought. And I feel like God is great, and He's love, and people die, and there's evil on the earth, and we've got to accept certain things. But I know in my heart for a fact that every one of you targeted individuals, everybody's suffering. You got something deep down inside that if you bring it out, you can do impossible things that you didn't think you could ever do for this situation. And these guys who are killing us, they would laugh at that. They'll laugh at us. Yeah, your spirit, blah, 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 murder you. But it's true. It's true. It's not a theory. That's something deep down inside that I know. Because I'm not the most intelligent person out there. I'm not the best, but I'm not I don't do, the right thing all the time. I don't do the right thing all the time. I don't take showers. I scare people. The guy in the van down by the river. What they call it? It's Chris Farley doing Mike Foley. It's like, I don't use soap. I don't understand hygiene. I don't brush my teeth. But no, it's like we've all got something really special to offer. Believe that, if nothing else, about this. And I've talked on those conference calls, man. I'm talking to some guys who've got plans. They know what's going on. They're not stupid. They're working towards goals. And if there's, these are small conference calls, and if there are probably millions of targeted individuals. If we're all working on it, we're all moving towards it, this is going to break. And I feel like it's going to break soon. So lots of hope and love to you guys. I just want to make a short video kind of telling you what's going on right now with me, because that's kind of what I felt I could do today. I will see you guys in the next one. I kind of try and think of a title at the end so I don't forget it. Dog Day Afternoon. So I'm looking at my dog and she's laying down. No, it won't be that. I'll think of something good that ties it all together. What did I talk about? I talked about the bad. So I talked about keep on moving on up. Maybe moving on up. Moving on up's good. Because you gotta keep moving, man. These guys, this is what I'll tell you for definite. These guys have had me in this house for 3 weeks. This is the 3rd week. And when I was going to my job, I felt a lot better. And I've even cried 3 times during these 3 weeks. So sad. Not because I was they were really hurting me a lot, but just it got to me, and I was just I just had some tears. Now when I cry, I don't really cry a lot. I used to, when I'd cry, I'd let it all out. But now, since I have people surveilling me, I'll do a couple of tears and then try and kind of, sweep it all up so they don't eat me, because they see that as a sign of weakness. Emotion is a sign of weakness to them. And I say that with a laughing face, but a serious heart. That emotion is a very big sign of weakness to these people. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I'm going to end it with a prayer. I feel like this one should be ended with a prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for this beautiful day where I live, and thank you that the world keeps turning under your power and your love. Please give targeted individuals out there your strength. Please find the ones that are hurting really bad. Help us to find them and help them to defend themselves. This stuff gets really ugly, as you know. Please, don't leave anybody undefended and hurting. Hurting the most they can hurt. Please, send down your love, send down your wisdom to us, send down your ideas. Keep moving us forward as a group. Bless all the targeted individuals that I talk to and the ones that I don't talk to. Bless everybody who's out there, trying to get this information out, doing the best they can with what they've got. Please bless their causes. Help them to think of better ideas. Help them to gain finances so they can further further get this information out, and we can just beat this thing. Please help people in high places in the Senate, House of Representatives, in all the alphabet agencies, FBI, CIA, NSA. Please bless those agencies, the police department, fire department. Please put it in these men's hearts that this is the wrong way to go, and let them help in the ways that they can. Please let these videos reach these men, to give us a chance to heal these wounds that are very open, in our country. We know you'll lead us there, and we have complete faith. The road is very rocky right now for a lot of us, and we need you to kind of lift us up when we trip and fall. Please help us in Jesus Christ's name. Thank you for all that you've given us. Thank you for our families. Thank you for our loved ones. Thank you for those that believe us. Thank you for those that support us. Thank you for those that are our friends and just, boost us up, boost our hearts up. Thank you. I really am grateful, for all the love you put in the world. Even though we see a dark side, there's so much love that can just, obliterate this. Thank you for the opportunity to just have a life and have a family. Keep on breathing, keep on going. Thank you. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Alright guys, I'll definitely see you guys on the next one. I'll be working on some stuff. I'm going to talk to my friend who I get on the conference calls, and I'm going to see what kind of information, maybe I can get some information out for some calls from y'all who don't get on conference calls. It helps so much. It just helps more than you'd know hearing somebody else say the exact same thing that you're going through, pretty much. With a little bit of variation, it makes you feel so much less isolated. And also check out Daredevil on Netflix. Very good show. Alright guys, I really love y'all. Stay safe. Email me. I'll answer like 3 a day. I'm trying to answer them all and get to comments. I won't get to them all, but if it's important, that I talk to you, put important in the line. And I'll try and talk to you. We can exchange information. And we can talk about what I do, what you're doing, if you need anything. I have a lot of other friends who, they really reach out to other target individuals. So we got to stick together, even if we're far away. I know I need to talk to a lot of target individuals, in my state. I don't know. I know there are some in my city, but I don't know if they're speaking out, or I don't know. I don't know if I can find them. I'm going to try. But alright guys, thanks for listening to my rant, and I hope y'all are doing good. I hope you're doing as good as you can, and just keep trying to do better, keep trying to build defenses, keep trying to get the word out, and then when you can't, when you have somebody who doesn't want to hear it, and if they're your friend, just chill with them and enjoy that human interaction, because it'll boost you up. You need that. We can't just sit in our houses and let these guys surround us. It's so bad. Alright, guys, peace and love to you, and just God bless y'all. Yahweh bless y'all. And we will get through this. We're getting there. We're making strides. We're making strides and movements toward an ending on this. So have hope and have faith, because this is going to be very short-lived. Like from this point, I feel it. I know it's been a long time, and there may be some other evil stuff going on, but I think for this, we can push them back, and we can really do this. Alright, guys, peace be with you. Like, Yahweh bless you and your family. God bless you. I love you. Peace out.